And welcome everybody. I'm JD,
I'm Gail.
and we're here on Gail Force, and we have our first what will we call it?
International
International remote
contributor.
contributor. We have our new international contributor. Look, we try to bring you what we call the new news, right? Is that what we do, Gail?
Absolutely.
And we're trying to get. We want like three or four different reporters throughout the world who will give us their view on what they see, what's happening here in
In America.
America. So I want everybody to introduce, and I really don't know where did I put that. I don't know. Oh, remote reporters, and we have our new remote reporter, Gino from Thailand. Welcome, Gino. Welcome to the show. How you doing?
It's morning here, so good morning.
What time is it there? It's what time is it here? It's like 4 in the afternoon. It's 4:30 here in the afternoon. How is it in Thailand?
I'm 12 hours ahead, so it's tomorrow morning for me. It's 4 in the morning
So it's like
tomorrow.
4 in the morning. Well, we wanna welcome you to the show, Gail Force. And just for complete disclosure, Gene is my brother. Okay,
Or
but
so you've been told.
that's we haven't gone through the DNA test yet, but one day we might do that. But yes, he supposedly is my brother.
And he helped you contribute to global warming
That's it.
with the.
Oh God, you should have seen some of the vehicles he had. It was puffing out so much smoke. But no, he lives in Thailand now. He has retired. Congratulations, Gene. Gene, I'm glad you had the opportunity to retire in Thailand. So, before we had the show going here, you were talking about Catherine.
Austin Fitz.
So, Gene, take it away. What's going on in Thailand? You're our first reporter here on Gale Force, and we want your view on what's happening.
So I live in a 5-bedroom, 4-bath house. Cost me $150 a month to rent the house here in Thailand. My electric bill, I got air conditioning. I put air conditioning in the house, and I put in hot water for the shower. So yeah, I pay $150 a month rent. My electric bill's about $40 a month. Before I moved in, before it had air conditioning, it used to run about $8 or $9 a month.
Holy moly, must be nice. So,
Yeah, it's pretty cheap.
so what do you think is happening? I mean, what do you hear on the street about America? I mean, Gail and we're broadcasting from the Bunker Foxtrot here in Central Florida, and of course, we got to put up with all the political news that's happening here.
Liberal
Yeah.
compared. Yeah.
So, what do you hear over on the other side of the world? I mean, what do they think about America, or what news have you heard, or what do you want to talk about? You're our first international reporter,
Oh,
so give us some news.
the Thai people, they love foreigners because they pretty much Thailand's main source of their economy that drives the economy is tourism.
Oh,
So
really?
but they're going through a change with immigration here. I mean, the whole world, nobody wants immigrants too much. So they don't mind immigrants coming here because the people need it. Foreigners are not allowed to own land in Thailand, so it keeps the house prices down. So
Well, let
I
me.
can't buy.
Can I interrupt just for a second? They don't
Yeah,
mind foreigners coming over as long as they have a little bit of money, right?
they don't want poor people. They're running the poor people out. They changed their immigration laws. You can stay here if you have money, but they used to be they have the law hasn't changed. They're just enforcing the law now. The law is the same.
Oh,
You have to have $25,000 a year in income, or you can't come to Thailand.
okay. So
They used
they don't let just anybody
they,
in coming through the border. You have to have a reason or a sponsor, or you have to be able to take care of yourself before you come
You
into
have
the
to have
country.
some money.
well, you can come as a tourist for 60 days, but you have to leave the country after 60 days.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
don't have.
yeah. Okay.
If you can retire here and get a 1-year visa. To get a 1-year visa, the law has always been you have to have in dollars. You have to have $25,000 worth of income.
So they're
But there
just
used to
not.
be a way you could,
So
but
they're
now you can't get
they're
around.
so they're not encouraging people to come across the border in caravans and come over here and and do what they want in Thailand. You have to have a reason and be able to support yourself in Thailand, right?
They're changing it. Yeah, if they blackball you, you won't get in here. They for me, when I got here, before I could get a 1-year visa, I had to leave the country. So I had to go to Laos and come back. So it cost me like $200. I had to hire somebody to take me across the border and drive me back. I had to go through the border and come back across, and then they gave me a 90-day visa. Now I got to go next week, and they're going to give me. I already paid for it. I just have to have them stamp my passport. I'll have a 1-year visa next week.
I know I interrupted earlier, and you two were talking, Gail, and you were talking about this Catherine lady. What's that about? I haven't caught that. So get me up to speed.
I'll try and keep it short as I can. But the United States government's no longer sovereign because they changed the accounting rules.
Wait. Say that again. What?
They changed the accounting rules. They don't have to, the United States they have one little room in one building where every Wednesday they borrow money. Mm-hmm. So when they borrow money now, they don't have to tell you what they're going to use it for. They can tell you they're going to use it for one thing, but they can use it for something totally different. It's called the FASB 66 rule.
Yeah.
They changed the accounting rule. So they went through last year, they hired 1,200 auditors to go through the Pentagon's books.
Yeah.
They worked 1,200 people for 9 months. They worked 1,200 people for 9 months, and they can't figure out where the money's going.
$30 trillion worth, right?
Let me stop here. Is this the lady you were talking about that did the accounting?
Yes. Her and the professor, what was his name?
He's from Michigan. I'll think of it in a minute.
So she went through all the books and found out that there's a lot of money missing. So why do you say the government's insolvent? You're blowing my mind. I mean, why did you come to that conclusion?
Because after they start, nobody's reporting on this. I have to give you a little bit of background. So his name's Joe. I can find out in a minute. But anyways, he's a professor at University of Michigan. He has a bunch of graduate students. There's like 20 graduate students. They went through tens of thousands of documents on the Pentagon, and they were just trying. Here's an example, because they have lots of examples. But the Navy's budget is something like $60 billion a year.
Yeah.
So there's one check written from the Treasury to the Department of Navy for $800 billion, one check, and their whole budget is only $60 billion for the whole year. And so because he was asking questions, so he'd try and get one answer. So he'd pick one thing. So he said, why did they write this $800 billion check when their budget is only $60 billion a year? And so they took.
Can you back this up? Is there a website or a video you can see that?
Oh, go to Catherine Austin Fitch's website, or you can go to.
All right.
Solari.com is the name of the place.
All right, keep going. I need to refill, so don't mind me if I'm not in the picture here, but continue. This is interesting. I mean, Gail was telling me about this kind of stuff, but you seem to be up on it. So continue what you were talking about.
I've followed it for years. So I mean, what the University of Michigan did, because Catherine told the University of Michigan they need to capture all the documents that were on the U.S. government website. Because what happened was they were requesting a Freedom of Information Act. Are you still there? I can't see it.
Yeah. He's just hit me right back. Keep going.
Okay, so they requested. They were trying to keep it just simple, just one item at a time. But they had thousands and thousands of questions. They would ask for one answer at a time. So they took every page, thousands and thousands of pages, and they put it up on their website. And a few weeks later, after they did that, the government took down all those pages, thousands and thousands of pages on the website.
And they put them back up and redacted.
Yeah, they redacted them.
They redact them and put them back up. Yes.
Can we get a link to that?
Right. Yes.
I can do that anytime. But see, your brother.
I got to talk to my producer here for a second. You should be coming. How come we don't have these links?
See, your brother, when I tell him these things, he thinks I'm doing my conspiracy theory. Catherine Austin Fitz used to be the Undersecretary for HUD, and urban development.
She had
took
$300
all the
billion.
documents from the Defense
She's a
Department
financial.
and HUD,
Right.
and she took the
was
documents, downloaded
billion
them off .gov,
And they took them
and there
off.
were over $20 trillion missing.
Yeah, I know that.
She posted it.
Yeah.
The professor from the University of Michigan, he had his students try to prove her wrong.
And they ended up.
And they wound up with at least $30 trillion.
Yeah, we talked about that a couple of weeks ago. Okay, got it.
And it's not conspiracy. They captured all of the documents, like your brother said.
Yeah.
They downloaded them before they were taken down and redacted. They have all the documents. There's at least 30 trillion missing, and probably 100 trillion missing. So when they say that we've got $22 trillion of debt, that doesn't include the $30 trillion and another 100.
That's hidden somewhere else, huh?
And $100 trillion of unfunded liabilities for pension funds and stuff, and the $30 trillion Trump's trying to hide it by the new Space Force thing. Isn't that right, Gene?
Well, it's if you're trying to insinuate that the money was stolen, that might not be correct. There might be some money stolen, but it's not that much was stolen.
No, it's not.
That's all.
Okay, so
they put it off into space programs and stuff, and used it until
it could be
the American public.
The money, they just don't know how it was spent. They don't know who got the money. They don't understand. They can't tell where it went. That's all.
So
they can't tell.
So money's disappearing, and there's no way to track it.
Yeah, they're just so confused. They had so what ended up happening 2 years later, because this goes back like 3 years. So 2 years later, like a year ago, they hired 1,200 auditors from one of the big audit firms. Spent 9 months going over all the books, and they said they can't figure it out either. They gave up after 9 months. They can't figure it out.
And I just want to let everybody know, if you're just tuning in, I'm JD along with my good buddy Gail, and we have our new remote reporter, Gino. He's in Thailand, and he's going to be on the show every once in a while and let us know what he hears on the other side of the world, because he's exactly on the other side of the world, right there in the
12 hours difference.
Yeah, the East Asia, I guess that's what it is, or whatever, right in the middle. Southeast Asia, right there in Thailand. So we're going to have Gino back quite often as one of our reporters. And if you want to be a reporter, send us a quick video here on Gail Force Creations at YouTube, and we might put you on as one of our reporters. Gene managed to pass the test, and he has some great views here. And we're just doing a quick video. And from what he says is like there's money missing everywhere, and our government just spends it like they want to.
Absolutely.
Is basically, yeah.
And like Gene said, if you look on a worldwide basis, America is insolvent, and we're going to print money like the wine bar republic.
Yeah, I wanted to come back to that. Why did he say our government's insolvent? I mean,
well, because after the 1,200 auditors went in there, if they couldn't find the money, they didn't know what to do. So what they did, they changed the accounting rules so the government doesn't have to tell you what they spend their money on anymore. It's called FASB 66.
They can spend. I don't. So you're saying that the people are elected don't have power over where our money goes? I'm trying to find out what you're saying about our government.
No, but if you buy a treasury bond, say, I don't know what treasury bonds start at, but say you spend $1 million on a treasury bond, and you think the money's going to go to the Department of HUD. Well, they can tell you that's where it's going to go, but they can just out the back door, they can send it anywhere. Now you can't link it because of this new accounting change. They can spend the money once they get the money in the treasury. They can spend it on anything they want. They don't have to tell you how.
What you're saying is, if they pass a bill and say we're going to use this money for this, that doesn't mean that the money is going to go to this.
It can go anywhere.
It could go anywhere. So they can pass a bill, say, hey, we're going to do $600 billion on infrastructure to make new bridges But that money could go.
Military. They're spending over $1 trillion a year on the military. They have been, and their budget is only $750 billion a year, and they spend more than $1 trillion. They're spending $200 trillion more than what the budget is every year.
Yeah.
This is the lady he's talking about.
Yeah, he can't see it, but we can see it on screen.
This is Catherine Austin Fitz.
Okay, could you find some links that we can put?
Absolutely, I can find
All
you.
right, Gino, I know this is the first time you've been on our show. Thank you for coming on Gail Force. Do you have any objection of us posting this video on YouTube and then?
No, go ahead. Put it on Palfish.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
So
Palfish account.
If I send you a link,
So
can you handle that?
Because people in China can't see YouTube, but if you put it on Palfish, they can see it there.
All right. Well, we're going to kind of cut this short because we were just doing a test, but it seems like it worked out pretty good. I don't know about you guys, but the video looks really good here. Right. I'm going to upload it to YouTube. Gene, I'm going to send you
a link.
Yeah, how do you want me to send you the link? I guess I can send it through line, right?
It's easier if you send it through email, probably.
Bear Lake?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do both just in case. Again, I'm JD.
I'm Gail.
And this is Gino, our remote reporter in Thailand, who's going to be giving us news on his view on what he sees there in Thailand.
Of what's going on in America.
Hey, real quick, how are the elections going in Thailand?
Well, they got signs went up last week. I didn't even know. I don't understand Thai. I haven't learned how to speak yet, so I don't listen to Thai news. But yeah, they have several hundred signs up in the city now. Just came up.
So is there like a Trump?
So I don't really.
Is there a Trump running, or I mean, is it? I mean, how's the government over there? Are they involved in everything, or what?
No, people here in Thailand. They don't give a damn about the government. Nobody. This is a libertarian. Nobody. They can pass the law. Nobody. If they don't like it, they just don't. They don't care.
So they just live
Nobody
their
cares.
lives. It's just like, get out of my way and let me sell some chicken here on the side of the street, right?
But if they pass a stupid law, they don't care. they don't enforce it. It doesn't really mean anything unless the law makes sense. Nobody's going to do it.
Oh man, I wish that's how it was here. Well, thank you everybody. Again, you've been listening to Gail Force. I'm definitely going to post this because I think this turned out pretty good.
Okay.
And I want Gino to see it, so I'll send him a link. And we're also looking for other remote reporters. If we could get somebody from Africa or maybe Southern Asia and Europe, if we get in South Africa or Central America, South America and Central America, if we can get a couple of reporters,
there you go.
Then we could do a pretty good show here. So again, you're listening to Gail Force. I'm JD.
I'm Gail.
And thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe. Just there's a button right there. Subscribe and like us. And Gene, you want any ending notes there?
No, land of smiles. Everybody's happy here in Thailand.
All right.
Gold and silver.
All right, we'll talk to everybody. Don't forget,
Yeah.
Every Sunday we put up a new video, and throughout the week we do other videos.
Hey,
man, they have hundreds of gold shops here, man. There's gold shops everywhere.
Yeah, real quick.
Do
you know anything about cryptos over there? Do they mention cryptocurrency or?
Nobody knows anything. They don't know anything about cryptocurrencies here.
Okay.
Not the average person. There's something. I see. Are you? Right? Yeah, they do. They love gold here. Yeah, they love gold here. Yeah, Abra now. Are you familiar with Abra? You should look into Abra. That's going to be a pretty good wallet.
Oh yeah, I've downloaded the Abra wallet.
Okay. There's no fees. You can buy cryptos and there's no fees to buy them.
Cool.
All right. Well, thanks for being with us, Gino, and we're definitely going to have you back as one of our reporters. And if we can, kind of put you on a schedule on Sundays, we'll see what we can do. And hope you enjoy everything over there. And everybody, I'm JD.
I'm Gail.
And we'll see you later. Thanks for tuning in to Gail Force.